Welcome to the podcast. Title Talk with Corey. Now streaming.
In T-minus 60 seconds.
All right, good morning. This is Corey. Title rep here at Pacific Coast Title Company. And today's Monday, March 25th. A little bit late, 11:07. This is my weekly check-in. The live streaming podcast for real estate agents, realtors, escrow, lenders, anybody out there. I got your back here. All right, let's get fired up this week. Episode 26, let's go.
Yes. Sooner or later they'll see why I got the realest flow. Son of the dog, but I still have the illest flow. And it's ironic to me how chronic MC can trust me before we drop the chronic CD. And you see, it all started in CBT.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
All right. Good morning. Corey, title rep here, Pacific Coast. And I hope you guys are off to a great week. A lot of changes coming up, and I know in real estate, and there's a lot of news about the commission structures changing and all that. And but I'm here to motivate you. No fear, we will adjust. Everything will adjust. Everything's going to be fine. From what I understand, it shouldn't affect us too much. But I want to encourage you guys out there to be proactive and get out there and continue to prospect daily. I had a good friend of mine over yesterday who, my friend Tony, happens to be a Centurion, a really successful agent. And, he was sharing with me some of his, what his routine is. And it really, it's pretty simple. You really just got to stay consistent. Get up every morning, do your workout. He does his workout and, he does his prayer, meditation, and then he hits the office early. And, and it's the same routine every day where he's prospecting, he's making phone calls, he's calling his clients. And, you just have to stay consistent. And part of the system, is data, right? And that's what I'm here for. That's what I specialize in helping you with farming technology, training you guys on all the resources that we have here at Title, Pacific Coast Title in particularly. And I want to make sure that everybody is aware of what you have here. You guys got a lot of great resources for farming and targeting listings. And that's where it's at. So today is going to be training day, Pacific Coast Title training day here with Corey. And I'm going to go over some of the key features of the Pacific Coast Title PCT Title Toolbox, which, by the way, I hope some of you were able to jump on the training that we had hosted we hosted a training with the great Jorge Mesa, and that was on Friday. We did a Zoom session, and we're going to be doing different Zoom sessions with Jorge. He's a great speaker, great motivator, but he has a really, really intense knowledge of the industry, real estate, but also in farming. And that's what I specialize in. But I also, want to make sure that I, invite you guys into some of these trainings that he's doing, that he's hosting on Fridays. So stay tuned for that, because we're going to have different trainings, all geared towards, helping you guys bolster your revenue, your income, bringing in more deals, more sales, more listings, and staying consistent, providing you with that data. Now, if you want to get on my regular rotation, please reach out to me, and I can provide very specific farm data for you. Also offer you training, tutorials, constant support on the PCT Title Toolbox, Title Pro 247. And then we also have Pacific Coast Agent One. These are very powerful tools for real estate agents. So I want to make sure that you guys stay, on top of your game with all this stuff. And so I'm going to be providing, I'm doing a lot of training right now. So tutorials and all this technology that I think you guys should definitely have in your tool shed. So please reach out to me, book an appointment with me online. Okay. You can visit my website, www.coreytitlerep. You can see right here, the little ticker is my website. On that website, I have an appointment tab. You're just going to go ahead and click on that appointment tab and book an appointment with me direct. You just select the time, the date, and if it's available, then I'll be meeting with you in person. We can do a one-on-one. I can do a training in a class setting. We can also do this over the phone or even over Zoom. I'm almost booked up this week, but I still got some slots. So please feel free to reach out on my website, www.coreytitlerep.com. Book an appointment, and we will have a strategy session. And we will analyze data in your area. And, that's the key. You want to be able to identify everything that's in your farm. How many renters are in your farm, absentee owners, how long have they lived there, right? There's an algorithm that we use through the Pacific Coast Title Toolbox, the PCT Title Toolbox, called the Next Sellers List, which is a very good feature that they have in there. And it helps to identify the next sellers in an area based off of the average year of ownership held. And I normally would say that's a great algorithm to use, and you can still use that. But it is, the times that we're in right now are a little bit different because you have a lot of owners out there who purchased, 5 years back, great interest rate. And so it's going to be harder to get them to want to sell right now and purchase their, an upgrade that they're trying to go into at a 7, who knows what, I don't know, what exact rates are right now, but they're ticking around 7. And, that's a tough sell. So right now you need to be going after the need to sell client. And there's some great niches to get into. That's why I want to kind of share with you again, just keep you fresh on the PCT Title Toolbox application, because there's some great features in here. This program is really geared towards helping you prospect, data farming, right? It's all about identifying, making, creating your farm and then slicing off the farm, dividing that up into little micro farms, and then leveraging that data in there, being knowledgeable in your farm territory and targeting the need to sell client. And right now, one of the hot niches to get into is the aged absentee owners who have been holding for 20, 30 years. They've got multiple properties, obviously. And right now, values are at the, have plateaued, right? So this is a great time for that type of owner to list and sell with you. So you should be targeting those aged absentee owners holding title for 20 to 30 years. I can help you with that. Even better, I can show you how to get that information right here on the PCT Title Toolbox. And in there's some premium features in there. You do have to pay for those, but there's some premium features that you can access aged absentee owners and target the phone numbers, target those leads, get phone numbers, email addresses, and everything right in the Title Toolbox. Okay. I can't give that to you, but I can show you how to use this program. But there's also life events, right? Things happen. Life happens. Owners get divorced, and there's divorces in there, right? Affidavits of death that were filed. And these are all owners who need to sell. And maybe they might not selling right away, but within the next few months, they're going to be making decisions. Transfers in title will occur, right? So that's what we're going to get into today. I want to make sure that we are that I'm giving you this, the training that that you guys need to get in here. Show you how to give you access to this. So make sure you give me a call, by the way. If we don't work together already, and you listen to this podcast today, again, this is training day. I'm going to be working with you guys. I'll get you set up. Give me a call, 626-392-7993. Or please email me, open@CoreyTitleRep.com. You can visit me online, make an appointment also, www.CoreyTitleRep.com. All my links are up there. The podcast, the live stream that I run every Monday, right around 11 a.m. So jump on with me, share your thoughts, comment, and I will reply to you. And then hopefully, if I haven't met you, we'll meet in person, and I'll get you set up here with the PCT Title Toolbox. So I have that on my screen here already, and this is actually not the Title Toolbox. This is our website. If you haven't had an opportunity to check that out, please do, because there's a lot of great stuff up here as well. And that's pct.com, www.pct.com. And we got a lot of great stuff up in here. Under Agent Resources is where you're going to find all the good stuff, all the portals. Down below, you see Pacific Coast Agent 1. You have a lot of great stuff in here, calculators. The Pacific Coast Agent 1 application, everybody should have that also. You can go in there, sign yourself up for the Pacific Coast Agent 1 application, okay? And the great thing about this app is there's a slew of calculators in there that are, from everything from net sellers, sheets, to home buying versus home renting, So there's just a lot of great scenarios up there, and you can self-brand those, those sheets through the calculators. That's a premium feature. I think you pay like $1 a month or something. It's like $12 a year or something. You can, if you add that to your account, it's a free application. But if you want the premium features on Pacific Coast Agent 1, it's like $12 a year. It allows you to brand your calculator sheets. So if you're doing a specific, affordability calculator, there's tons of calculator scenarios in there. And these are fantastic because, like I said, you can brand them, email them out, and or airdrop them, text them to your clients, and it's got your logo, your picture on there and everything. And it's real slick. Aside from that, Pacific Coast Agent 1 also has some really good marketing stuff in there for templates for social media. So I highly recommend, checking that out, even getting the premium version for $12. And then you can go ahead and brand that and use those calculators. These are all used. You can use these to build relationships with clients. If you're in an open house, you can zip over a quick net sheet over, an affordability net, sheet over, has your branding, your logo. Fantastic. So get that piece. The Pacific Coast Agent 1 application available on the iOS store, Android market. So check that out. And then, of course, as your rep, you want to make sure you select my rep. And I'm going to be under the Orange County. I don't know why I'm there. I'm really an LA rep, but I'm on the Orange County tab. You click my name, Corey, and we'll get you all set up for that. And you're going to love that calculator app. Okay. Now, that's just a tool. That's just a side tool. Okay. But what I also want you to log on to is this program that we're going to do here today. And that's the PCT Title Toolbox. A great application, especially right now. We're trying to pick up listings, right? We want to keep moving. We want to, you should be using this application every day. I use it every day. I use this tool every day to help my clients with their farming. But I highly recommend that you have your own access as well, because you'll want to dive into this, especially if you have a team. We can come out, train, set them all up, and get them trained. to be using this every day, identifying new niches in the area, and just keep them on top of their game. So in the website under agent resources, pct.com, down at the bottom here where it says tools, we're going to click on the PCT title toolbox. And you can see here, there's a green button in the middle here that says log on. But if you didn't have an account, it would say, it would say sign up. Okay. And so I'm just going to log on right here real quick. So you'll want to sign up. It's kind of a DIY setup. You just sign up, fill in the blanks, but make sure that you select my name as the rep, and you'll be good to go. And I'm trying to get my login set up here. My login is a little bit. Get logged in here. Now this tool is fantastic for data, for farming, and I'm going to show you how to use a lot of some of the key features today that you'll want to use here. Let's see here. For some reason, it didn't save my email. Let's see. My login credentials when I logged in here. Okay, stand by. Let's see. Hang tight, folks. We're gonna get this fixed real quick. I was just in here, and I don't know what happened here, but my login is not working properly. Huh. Okay. Hang tight. Okay, here we go. All right. So we're in the PCT title toolbox, and today's going to be, it's going to be a brief tutorial. This is a very extensive program, and so I don't want to. I'm not going to be able to go through everything with you today, but I want to just give you a good refresher and go over some of the key stuff here. What I like to use, there's something here called a lead sheet. And this is something that will give you a good snapshot on the neighborhood that you're working in, okay? Whether you have a listing there, you're doing an open house, you're hosting an open house. What this is going to do, we're going to go ahead and select a property here under the property search. What this is going to do, it's going to compile some data, 1.5 mile radius around the property, and it's going to pull all of these events that have occurred around the property that could lead to potential sales. And this is where I want everybody to understand, the power in this, because this is a live application. And this is something that you should be doing every day, different properties, different areas, and really understanding those niches, because you can kind of tell right away just by running this. This is not a premium feature, by the way. This is just something that will give you a snapshot on that area around a specific property, that whichever one you identify, could be your current listing, could be an open house that you're sitting on, but it gives you a really good idea of some events that are occurring, some life events, any deaths that were filed, affidavits of death that were filed, divorces that were filed within a 1.5 mile radius around that listing. Okay. Even list pendants, notice of actions, changes in title. So we're going to go ahead and put an address in here. And we're going to take a look here around this specific address. This is my grandma's old house. You know, let's see here. All right. So here we have the property here. If we wanted to run a profile, we'd click on this little gear symbol here in the middle, and then you would run profile with comps. Okay. Detailed view. If you want a net sheet. So there's a lot of great stuff in here. If we click on this little arrow, we expand it, and you can see kind of the neighborhood, and you've got the pin drop here of where that property is located. Okay. So what we're going to do first is we're going to run what's called a lead sheet. Okay. Again, I'm saying, because this is what it's called through your PCT title toolbox. Even though it's called a lead sheet, I'm not giving this to you because I want to make sure I stay compliant here. We're going to go ahead and click on generate report. Okay. And right here, you'll be able to do a quick profile with comps. You do a single page profile. If you wanted to just snapshot, you got buyer's tax estimates. And then you got something here called the lead sheet. And that's what I've been talking about here. We're going to click on the lead sheet, generate report. That'll, this is in real time. So, it's compiling live data. All right. So again, what we're doing here is we're in the PCT title toolbox, and we're generating the lead sheet in here. Okay. So what this is saying now, that around this listing, potential listing, right? It could be any property, it could be your current listing, it could be someone else's listing, an open house that you're sitting on. And we're running this sheet, this lead sheet over this property. And we're going to go out a 1.5 mile radius, and we're going to check out what's going on here. Okay. And this is what I recommend doing. You really should be running these, every day on different properties. You get a good idea of what's happening in these areas because there's so much potential here. We talk about, low inventory and, but, we see deals closing every day, every week. Sales are closing. Okay. You just have to start marketing more directly to the niches that are selling, right? And these are the need to sell clients, right? Again, I'm mentioning that because the interest rates are still pretty high, right? So, you're not going to see those typical normal sellers that would be selling when they're sitting nice and pretty in their 3% interest rate loan, wanting to just sell and upgrade to their dream home right now, holding out for those rates to fall. So we're going after very specific need to sell clients. And I talked about that. The aged absentees, great niche to get into, because there's a lot of people, a lot of owners, who have been holding for 20 to 30 years, who are ready to close shop, cash out, whatever they're going to be doing, retire, who knows, I don't know. It just depends, not everybody's going to keep it in their, all their assets in the trust, until they pass away, right? Some of them want to liquidate, sell, and make, whatever they decide to do in their life, but that's where you guys need to be there for them. Let them know that you're an expert in their area, and, you can help facilitate that sale. So on this property that I just ran, the lead sheet says that 2.5 mile radius. I apologize. So it's a 2.5 mile radius. Over the past 180 days, you have 124 deaths that were filed. 2.5 mile radius over the past 180 days. 124 affidavits of death were filed. These are facts. Okay. This is all off of, filing public records. There's 124 liens that were recorded, 24 notice of defaults recorded, 13 notice of trustee sales, right? That's getting to the final phase of foreclosure. 13 bankruptcies, 9 probate cases. There were 7 divorces filed, and 4 lis pendens, which is notice of action. Something's going on, lawsuit or something. So all of these properties here, 124 affidavits of death, 124 liens filed, 24 notice of defaults, 13 notice of trustee sales, 13 bankruptcies, 9 probate cases, 7 divorces, and 4 lis pendens were all filed within the last 180 days. That's 6 months, by the way. Within a 2.5 mile radius around this property that I'm showing you here. Okay. This is what you need to go after. These are need to sell clients. Okay. In addition to that, you should be targeting them. This is the aged absentee owners who've been holding for 20, 30 years. Right? These are the people that are selling in this market right now. Okay. So how do you get this? You give me a call. 626-392-7993, open at CoreyTitleRep.com. Reach out to me. I'm going to show you how to use the PCT title toolbox to pick up more listings. It's all about farming, identifying. Okay. Now I'm not going to give you this data, but I am going to lead you to this, show you how to use this. I'm going to train you. I'm going to set you up. Whether I train you, your assistants, your team, whether we do that in person, over the phone, I got you. I'm going to provide this to you. I have clients right now where every month I'm sending them the aged absentees, right? I have a rotation, the certain days of the month where they want this data, where they send out their campaigns. But I'll tell you right now, the successful agents are the ones who stay consistent. They stay consistent. And I'm part of that process for them. Okay. So, in addition to this, I do this every day. I could do some of this stuff for you. I can't do the premium stuff because that's something that you have to have access to yourself, and you have to pay for that data. But I'll tell you, it's relatively cheap considering what you get. You're getting good data leads, right? On the premium feature through PCT Title Toolbox. Now, on the lead sheet itself, I'll just show you here. It tells you right here near your listing, there's for 318 households within a 2.5 mile radius of this address. Life is changing, right? They may have to list their homes, harness the power of data with the title toolbox. This is the PCT title toolbox, leads to find the potential sellers before they need a real estate agent. And that's the key, being proactive. Get to them, introduce yourself, let them know you're an expert in the area before they start looking for a real estate agent, right? Because, life happens, things happen. They're not going to list and sell right away, but within months, maybe a year's time, they're going to be listing, selling these properties. So the key is to get in there, introduce yourself before they start looking for a real estate agent. The lead sheet is fantastic for that because, whether it's your listing or you're going after someone else's, you're doing an open house for another agent. It's one of your broker's listings. It doesn't matter. Sit on those open houses, do those open houses, and start doing this. Pull a lead sheet around that address, right? I can help you provide labels for you on farming. If you want to do a mailer, right? The most powerful thing is door knocking, folks. Getting right in front of their face, inviting them to the open house. But you see this lead sheet here, these are facts. I've said this before. This is not made up. This is facts. This is public record. So what are you waiting for? It's right here. It's not out there. I've said this for a good friend of mine used to say, it's not out there. It's right here. right under your nose. And this is it. This is proof. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is just one address. This is just a 2.5 mile radius area. And you got 124 affidavits of death. So obviously these are areas where, they've been holding for a long time. They're the neighborhood is an older aged neighborhood, right? So you have 124 affidavits of death, 124 liens, 24 notice of defaults, 13 notice of trustee sales, 13 bankruptcies, 9 probate cases, 7 divorces, 4 lis pendens or notice of action filed. So this is all data. You should be using this every day, targeting this data. Pull one of these lead sheets. Now, if you wanted to actually buy this data directly, you do have an option right in here. I just realized I'm not showing you the screen, am I? Okay, so what you do have is, let's see if I can get this up on there. I'm going to close this up here real quick. So let me see. I'm going to go ahead and re-add this to the stage here. Let me get this back in there. All right. Yeah, technical problems. That's okay. I'm explaining this to you anyway. We're going through this. A lot of this stuff's going to be, if you're listening to this in your car, you're not going to need to see it. My screen's a little glitchy today. So, here we go. So this is that lead. Here's a nice shot of the screen here. Okay, so you can see everything on here that I'm showing you. This is what that lead sheet looks like. This is on the PCT title toolbox. Now remember, you need to go down there. You need to get on the PCT website, www.pct.com, right? You're gonna log in. You're gonna sign up for the title toolbox under Agent Resources. Okay, sign up for the account. Select my name, of course. I'm your rep. Under the rep drop down, Corey Velasquez, PCT, Pacific Coast Title Rep. Okay. Once you get that signed up, I'm going to get an email. I'm going to approve your account. Okay. And then I'm going to contact you. If you haven't reached out to me already, we don't know each other personally. I can give you a call over the phone, and I get you set up here. We can go over this stuff. I can give you a little tutorial over the phone or in person. Okay. I'm doing 3 trainings this week, they're with individuals. And I can also do this for in a class setting. If you're a broker, if you're an office manager, and you want the agents to know how to use this stuff, this is what they need to know, right? They got to have this in their, in their arsenal. This is a very powerful tool. Now, this is just one little feature of the PCT title toolbox. This is just more for giving you a good snapshot of what kind of life events are occurring in the area. And but it's a powerful one because it gives you all of the data, their facts. It's not made up. What's happening around this particular property, 2.5 mile radius, right? If there wasn't a lot of activity, maybe you don't want to dive into that neighborhood, right? This is a good one. This particular address, 2.5 mile radius. Start marketing this area. Okay, now this is just one, I'm just using this as an example. But it's powerful stuff, folks. So the other thing is going after the aged absentees. Okay. So I'm not going to give you a full tutorial on how to do that today. Maybe I'll add that in the coming weeks. But for now, what I would like for you to do is give me a call, send me an email, reach out to me, check out the website, 626-392-7993. Email me open at CoreyTitleRep.com. And then, of course, you can jump on my website and book an appointment with me direct. Just click on the little orange appointment tab. and we'll set up a one-on-one in person, over the phone, over Zoom, however you want to do it. We could do a class also. Now we got a series of classes that we can host either by myself, or I can bring in different speakers, all within Pacific Coast Title Company's roster of stars here. One of them is the great Jorge Mesa, great speaker. Now this guy's so busy, so it's really hard to lock him down. But I can assure you that we can definitely get him to come out and host an event of training. Now I'm going to go ahead and go through this list here of the trainings that are available to you. Okay. And a lot of them do involve the PCT Title Toolbox, which is, again, it's just a super, super valuable tool that I think every agent should be using every day. Okay. So here's the list, and I'm just going to go through this really quick so you have an idea. A lot of it is geared towards targeting new sales, new listings. Okay. So the first one is living trusts. Okay. This training will provide participants with the knowledge and the skills to interpret and analyze living trusts in relation to title matters. You know, you got a lot of sellers out there, you know, who have properties in trust, and there's a lot of, as an agent, you should know how to navigate this. Okay. And then I talked about the Pacific Coast Agent One. That's another great training, great calculator app. PCT Title Toolbox is number 3. Number 4, 20 listings in 2024. Okay. Jorge has a great, wonderful training on this. 20 listings in 2024. Number 5, want / versus the need to sell. Want to sell versus the need to sell. Okay. Another great training. That was the one that just happened this past Friday that Jorge hosted on over Zoom. Number 6, mastering title docs. Another one. The more knowledge you know, the better you can serve your client. Mastering title documents. Okay. Class number 7, perfect trifecta. Dive into the 3 key applications within the PCT Title Suite. And again, as I talked about that before, the PCT Title Toolbox, Title Pro 247, and Pacific Coast Agent 1. All powerful tools. And learn, in this class, you can learn how to all of them, but cohesively, how to use them together. 8 is A to Z farming. Right? On my appointment tab, you're going to book an appointment with me. That's all about farming for listings. Farming for listings. So learn how to farm for listings, especially with the class 8, A to Z farming. Number 9, how to read a prelim. I know title's a little bit boring, but hey, you know what? You got to learn how to read a prelim. You should know this, because this is how you're going to be, again, you know, the more educated you are, the better you're going to serve your client. Number 10, vesting 101, another great class. You want to know the vesting, how to read the vesting on a grant deed, on a document, because that's really super important, especially when you're signing a listing agreement, right? Or, you know, you're writing an offer. So you need to know that. So that's class number 10, vesting 101. And number 11 is navigating PCT.com, the wonderful website that was designed and coded by our good friend Jerry Hernandez. Had him on the show last week, which, by the way, we're going to be having Jerry Hernandez, PCT marketing director. We're going to be having him monthly, so it'll be every month we'll get on with you guys and share all the latest and greatest tips. And number 12, just the life of a title order, understanding what we do here, title A to Z. It's part of your job too. Now you guys got to know what the process is, understanding the process of the life of a title order. So those are the 12 classes. So if you're a office manager and you want to encourage, you want to motivate your agents to come to the office, and I highly recommend, you know, give me a call. We'll set up some of these trainings. We can even set it up for a whole year. You got a whole year of stuff, right? And then, you know, after that, we'll probably be adding courses and stuff. So we want to keep you guys informed. We want to keep your agents sharp, keep their tools sharpened, right? And yeah, that's it. I know I'm kind of overdue, but I want to make sure that I give everybody a good update on, what's happening right now. We got to go after listings. We got to keep prospecting. We got to stay consistent. So the PCT title toolbox is where it's at, right? You want to look for those aged absentee owners, hot niche, right? You have life events in there, divorces, affidavits of death, probate cases, right? Notices of default. Those are all in there. I can't give them to you. That's a premium feature, but I can lead you to the water, right? I'm gonna set you up, show you how to use this program. You should be marketing this stuff every day because these are need to sell niches, right? So I'm gonna let you guys go. That's gonna be it for today. Next week, I'm trying to get the great Jorge Mesa. I don't know how if I'm gonna be able to get him in the next week, but I'll see if I can get him up on here on the podcast. I've got some other guests coming in. Manny Jimenez, good friend of mine, Hollywood director, movie director, is going to be joining us. A lot of you guys know I'm into music too, so got some musicians coming on in the future. So we're going to try to keep it fun. But again, it is a weekly check-in here. Title Talk with Corey, the podcast for real estate agent, anybody in the real estate profession, whether you're in lending, you are in you're in escrow. We're gonna definitely keep you all informed weekly right here. Title Talk with Corey. You guys have a blessed week. If you guys need me, you guys know how to reach me. I'll see you guys soon.
I'm feeling good.